I need to get some music on that intro video.
I pulled some. There's some already in Canvas, so yeah.
Okay, we'll talk about it. This is really an example of good enough, right? Is if you decide you're not going to do something until it's perfect, you're never going to do it. And how long have we been talking about? We're just going to get together. We're going to jump on StreamYard. We're going to do this podcast. How long have we been planning it?
Planning it, or how long have we talked? Because talked about it's been an idea for years.
Okay, no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when we actually said, "Hey, we're doing this."
6 weeks, maybe.
I just realized it's showing my towel hanging on the wall.
That's
right,
okay.
like 6 weeks. Well, before my mom passed away, right?
And right.
So that was 6 weeks ago. And we just we thought we were going to do it like the next week, and then just kept getting pushed off. So even before my mom, I think we were thinking about going live, and then I found when my mom passed us, I'm like, I can't meet this morning, but I thought we would do it the next week, and we didn't.
Right. Okay, you got to do something with a towel. I'm thinking, gosh, that looks so nice and fluffy. I wonder where she buys those. It's really
gosh. Well, you don't
just take it down. Just take the towel down.
Look, it has a loop on it.
Right?
I love this.
This is quality.
So the bad news is I bought it at Target a long time ago.
Oh, okay. Well,
boycott Target right now. This is a great towel. It really is. I have a hook on the wall.
And it actually goes really well with our brand colors. I mean, so good.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, where was I last week where my towel wasn't showing? I don't know.
You know what? Last week I had my virtual background, and this week I don't know. All of my PNGs and JPEGs are acting really weird on my computer now. So who knows?
I didn't do my makeup this morning. I mean, you just have to do things. I mean, that's true with teaching, right? Is kids are walking in the door, you got to do something. And we talked about last week that what do you do when the tech doesn't work? Well, of course it's not going to work. Of course it's not going to work. So always having that backup plan and circling up the kids, having a conversation, having a great question is, what we, touched on last week, but it's never going to be perfect. You're not going to ever have the perfect lessons, which is one of my reasons why I'm really big into reflection. At the end of the lesson, fix it. Oh, this didn't work. Do it now. There is no chance that next year you're going to remember what edits you needed to make. And so then we're like, well, I don't remember. I'm just going to do it again. And we perpetuate this. So for me, it's really important. After I do a lesson, I fix my slides. I edit my handouts. I make some notes about what I'm going to change so that it's ready to go. I'm prepping for next year now, because I'm not going to remember. I think I will, but I won't.
I think that's such a good point, because when we talk about coaching teachers and being a quote unquote reflective practitioner, I have found a lot of times in my experience that tends to be a lot of thought work. And thought work is important, but it is not important unless it's connected to action. Like you said, fix it. Not just think about what didn't go well, but go through the lesson. And as you're thinking about it, that should be tied to action. That is so important, because I think if I had to sit through another retrospective large meeting with everyone sharing thoughts and feelings, barf, if it's not tied to action, it's a useless waste of time. I said what I said.
That's what we're here for. So with that being said, I'm going to throw these slides up here. We are unmutED, which is, of course, stands for Hedreich and Alice. And we're unmuted because honestly, we just say whatever what comes out of our mouth is what comes out of our mouth. That defines our show today, is an everyday, is we said what we said. We said what we said. We don't script this. It's unscripted. It's unmuted. We we meet about 20 minutes before and like, well, what do you want to talk about? What do you want to talk about? So I wrote down a few notes today. I pulled together a couple of slides. This is our hashtag.
Yeah, and there are also these interesting conversations like, I don't want to talk about that. I just don't feel like doing controversy. I just don't. And you know, it's a good thing. I will bring up that I know
what comes
that
out of your mouth is just going to be what comes out of your mouth. So I can't wait for you to not say something controversial. Let's do it.
Well, I will talk about this weekend. There were a lot of protests going on, and I saw quite a few educator friends at some of those protests across the country. Thank you for your service. I said what I said, and it was interesting because there were two very different. As I noticed, the marches from my childhood were almost exclusively Black, and these were almost exclusively white. And I think that's a very important. Especially if that comes up in your classrooms this week, it's a very important thing to talk about. I saw a few content creators who were white who said, "We got this. Y'all stay home.
Okay,
we got this.
Okay.
You marched."
Yeah, I went to the one in Wichita, and I didn't even think about it. But you're right; it was predominantly white. Interesting. And there's a lot of people there. Like, I was so surprised how many people were there.
Yep. And that is because when Black people show up, the tendency to violent attacks is larger. You know, the hoses come out, the tear gas comes out, the rubber bullets come out. And there were several, as I said, there were several white content creators who said, "Y'all stay home. We got you." And that warmed my heart, because as a Black woman in America, and if you are teaching Black students, you should know that there's a certain level of existential stress that Black people in the country are dealing with, because it feels less safe than it did. And you will find that for your Hispanic kids. You will find that for people of any melanated color, any non-white subculture of America. You might find that. And so be aware that it can be a sensitive time. And especially if you are on board with the things that are happening, know that some of your students may come from homes where those things adversely affect them. And so, although we don't want to be political or controversial, I do want to make sure that all of the teachers are aware that people who may not share your views may have another level of stress and anxiety over safety.
Yeah. Well, I threw you under the bus, Hedreich.
We were not going there. As a matter of fact, the first topic she pulled, I'm like, nope. And here we are.
All right. So back to our non-controversial topic. Our non-controversial topic is, well, first of all, we're using StreamYard. And I just made some Google Slides this morning, and I figured out that I can control the Google Slides right here in StreamYard. So I'm happy about that, because I feel like I'm just so trying to focus on our conversation and trying to do all the controls for StreamYard. Like, it's stressful to me. It's too much. Friends, please use the hashtag. We're streaming to like everything. I'm streaming to Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter. I'm going to always call it Twitter. I put a link out on Blue Sky. And so the recording will be on my YouTube channel. I don't know, Hedreich, are you downloading it, putting it on yours?
Yeah, it's going to be on hedreich.com.
Hedreich.com. And then I am using Vizard to cut it up into little clips. So have you played with that yet?
Oh my God, yes. Yes. Now, yesterday, again, I think there's something going on with my computer, because every Vizard download would not read. QuickTime wouldn't read them, and I'm not sure why. So I got to go in and do some fun stuff. But I had that issue with this morning trying to get my background up for here. So
interesting. So it sounds like a you problem.
That's what I said. It sounds like a me problem.
So I signed up for Vizard.ai. I have a master's degree in media, and all that means is I know how long it takes to edit video. It's ridiculous. And one of the things that I don't want to say annoys me, because that's not the right word, it is especially during the pandemic, and you hear this, oh, teachers, you can make videos. Oh, can we make videos? Because it takes a really long time to make good videos. I mean, it takes time to make bad videos, but it takes a long time to make good videos. And who has training on that? So my secret sauce to making videos for students is keep them short, like literally under a minute. And I will fight you on this. Oh, my 10-minute videos are not boring. So watch anything, TV show,
and see how long it takes. See how long
until they change the point of view. How long until they change the point of view? Right? 1, 2, 3. What, right? It's, you will not count to 3 before you see some sort of a scene change. Yet, a lot of education videos are hi. Oh no, we're done. I'm not watching this video. I don't care if I need it. I talk like a normal person at a normal speed, first of all. Don't have a 4-second pause before you start your video.
Okay, I will tell you this. The videos that I am most likely to watch are the ones that get into the topic and then they go in and introduce themselves. Because generally I'm looking for information, and the information is not who you are and how many years of experience you've had or whatever. I don't want your, I love you. Thank you very much for thinking of a thoughtful intro, but I don't want you. I don't want it. Just cut to the chase. People are busy.
I mean, but again, like, who teaches you this? You know, and who really has the time to think about it? So, you know, the idea of taking whatever nonsense that, you know, whatever comes out of our mouth and putting it into video clips is my idea of a terrible time.
I will say this. If you are a school and you're saying that teachers should make their own videos.
Well, hold on. Let me just back this up. If you're saying teachers should, and there's anything that comes after that.
Yeah, unless you're doing it yourself.
Just stop. Stop.
The bottom line is there are great content creators now. And so if a teacher can't find what they're looking for from somebody who actually enjoys, loves, and is good at creating content, then you are probably not going to get really good videos by having them take a couple of hours of their time to edit.
To find a good video, to curate a list of resources is also ridiculous.
It is, but it's more, at least it plays more to the skill set than creating and editing content.
No, I totally agree. We should find resources and not feel like we need to make everything ourselves. But honestly, if I need a video on whatever topic, it's honestly faster for me to turn on the camera and just talk for 5, 10, 20 minutes. Please don't do that. Than it is for me to spend an hour looking for resources. So, like, I get it. So, but anyway, we were talking about Vizard. So now what I do is I just record some video, right? And I stumble in the middle of it, and I'm like, oh, let me say that again. And then I upload the clip up into Vizard, and it automatically, well, like, this video right now is in
landscape.
Yeah, landscape. I'm like, it's horizontal. There's a different word that I'm looking for here. It's landscape. But then the Vizard puts it into that portrait view, right? And it's going to automatically take our pictures, go like this. It's going to put the text on the screen for me automatically. I think this is one of my best uses of an AI wrapper. I'm usually a fan of just use Google Gemini, just use ChatGPT.
But now this is gold. I mean, I even love the fact that it'll rank the clips that it gives you by their viral potentiality. It's like 8 out of 10 viral. Like, oh my God, really? I like it. And you can go in and you can edit your transcripts. The words pop up on the screen. So if you've been seeing anyone who has these great little transcripts that go across the screen with little red letters, little yellow letters, guaranteed they're using a tool, because that much editing, nobody.
No, for sure. You know what, since we are saying all of this, let me share my screen, and here's Bizarre. Is it showing it?
And by the way, they are not sponsoring us yet.
They are not.
So we just kind of like, we just like them.
Okay. I show that I'm sharing the screen, but I don't see that I'm sharing the screen. Can you?
You're
see
definitely not sharing the screen. But while she's pulling that up, I still want to know: are you nice to? Oh yeah.
No, I got it. Okay. We'll get to that topic there in a second. Okay, so this is last week's episode. I just downloaded it from StreamYard and I uploaded it into Bizarre, and give it a few minutes. You can see that here on the side, it just made 35 clips, and it's got the transcript over here, because there's there's a Colorado law that says all of your materials have to be accessible. You have to have those transcripts and captions. So that's a great use for AI. So that's in there. And I love that if I click edit, I'm able to select which clips which sentences and things that I want to say. So some of the clips, it didn't get enough context, so I'm easily able to add that in there. I click export. And so then I have uploaded these to my YouTube channel and in my shorts, if anybody wants to see them. Okay, now we will move to the one you wanted to say.
Well, we put it out there as a topic at the beginning. I'm like, why do we do that? Why are we doing this? Like literally, why are we starting a topic? We don't stay on topic. It's our brand.
That is our brand. I'm like, I have ADHD. I don't know if you do. Oh, you know what? There's something I want to say.
No, we have 3 minutes. We are gonna talk about whether or not. Here's the deal. We're gonna do our topic.
All right.
We put it out there. So
go ahead.
Question is, and actually,
are you nice to your AI?
Yes.
Research shows that it matters.
I would like to know if you are and why. And go ahead and over the course of the week, when you see our videos pop up, we want to know, are you nice to your AI? If so, or if not, why? And so, I'd love to I'm going to put a poll up on Instagram and see how many. Okay. I am, because in case they do take over the world, I just want to be, I'm one of the good ones. That's it. All right, go on.
I am nice. I say please. I say thank you. I even say, oh, this is what I wanted, because I'm trying to train it, right?
Right.
But when it gives me something really terrible, what are you thinking?
I just say,
it's okay to vent.
I'm like, well, if you can't finish this task, then let me know, because we can go in another direction. I'm very directive, even when it doesn't do well. But generally, I am nice. I'm nice to Alexa. I'm nice to smart. I'm nice to Google Nest. I'm but I'm just polite.
I don't know about Google Nest. You know what drives me crazy about Google Nest is the trigger word is the word, and if I say it, all my devices start going off wanting to help me. I'm like, I don't need any help right now. Sometimes I'm just talking about Google.
Oh, that's problematic for you, because you're actually
problematic for me.
I do not talk about very much at my house. But because she is a developer, I'm sure that is a conversation that a word in conversation. So I can imagine.
It doesn't matter how many times I tell people I don't work for Google. People assume that I do. I am very googly. That's a fact. That doesn't mean I don't love Microsoft. There's so many great things about Microsoft tools. I'm good with those as well, but I really have just put my efforts in these last few years to being really awesome at using Google tools. Just to wrap this up, I don't care what tools you use. It comes down to good pedagogy and caring and loving your students. And then I really literally don't care what tools you use.
It's not a pedagogy.
So long as they're, people's privacy and all of that. So with that, please let us know throughout the week, if you are nice to your AI, please use our hashtag unmutED, and we'll see you next week. Oh, I'll be in an airport next week, so that'll be fun.
Oh, wow. So we're doing this?
On my layover. I'm doing it on my layover. So please join in next week where I can tell you all about my Star Wars themes presentation that I gave at Google Cloud Next, where I've coded Google Gemini in Google Sheets. So,
all right.
Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Think about where my phone went off. I said the magic words.
Bye, guys.
Bye.